Hey, thanks for hanging out. I'm Rachelle LyAnn, and you're listening to Thoughts About That. I'm here today with Lola Adeyemi. She's actually my friend, but also a local resident of Oklahoma City. And she's a realtor, a mom of twins.
I'm a twin mom, yeah.
A twin mom. And we are going to be talking about being a grown-up with ADHD.
Yeah, being a grown-up with ADHD. She said I'm undiagnosed ADHD, but I guess I have ADHD. My friend, she said she diagnosed me. Rachelle diagnosed me today. She wanted me to come on this topic. I said I don't take any meds or anything, but it's whatever.
Well, I feel like there's been like a spike in people being diagnosed since the pandemic. I think it's because we've had to be at home and like face ourselves, and we weren't masking in front of people. So we were actually ourselves. And then, of course, TikTok. What do you think?
Well, I mean, we are kind of like a micro society to begin with. I mean, like you said, TikTok, Facebook, social media, we only want things in a minute, 30 seconds or less. And so, I mean, maybe the long isolation period of people being with themselves, having to discover who they are.
Yep.
And then they realize, well, maybe I have ADHD because this is not fun being here by myself.
Well, I will say I am diagnosed. This is not medical advice by any means. We're just two people talking about a chronic condition that can affect really every area of our life. But I also think it contributes to a lot of the things that we...
Depression,
absolutely.
Anxiety. For me, I think for me, when I had my twins, is kind of the most when I discovered maybe I may have some sort of connectivity issue. Mm-hmm. As far as my career, I'm a realtor. I sell houses, and it has its ebbs and flows, highs and lows. And I kind of get like juiced off of those highs and lows. I think maybe lots of people who are in like sales positions get juiced off of their sales. And that's probably another reason why a lot of people are like so excited. Also, it also has to do with personality type. Like I would say, like, I don't know if you know what the DISC assessment is. The high D's and high I's also are probably in more of like a salesy type field. And we are very excitable people in general. Right. So therefore, the highs and lows from our career kind of maybe keep us grounded maybe and give us that little hit of dopamine that we need. But when I had my twins, what I had found was I couldn't get all the dopamine that I needed, so that it sent me to a state of depression. I had some sort of like identity crisis.
Really?
Oh yeah. Like I had an extreme identity crisis when I didn't feel like I was productive to the universe. Like I remember when I was a little girl, my mom always was just like, you need to be productive, you need to be doing this, and always need to be moving and doing the next step. And so I didn't feel productive. Like I couldn't, like even the things, because I have a 9-year-old girl, and even the things that I did with her, I couldn't do those because I had 2 newborn twins. And that sent me into like this spiral depression that I had to find myself and realize I am not my work. Yeah. I am not my profession. Right. I am other things beyond my work. Right. I'm other things beyond my profession. This is not the only thing that gives me motivation, not the only thing that gives me life. Right. And so that's one of the things that I had remember where I probably said, well, maybe I do have some type of like, I need to be always doing something, always being involved.
And that actually like leads me to my next thing. I think, I think 2 things, the impulsivity.
Yes.
And for the dopamine, but then also the boredom. Like I find that one, I get bored fast. I get bored really fast. When you say
bored, tell me what that looks like. What's bored? Like I'm never bored. Like ever.
Okay, so let me give you an example. Okay, so Serena Williams, she just finished like the career of the GOAT career, like greatest of all time, world sport. And can you imagine how much it takes, how much work, how much practice, how much mindset work, how much exercise it takes to be the greatest, right? So she was the greatest. She stopped. And then now she's mom. Not that she wasn't mom before, but she came out and said that it's the hardest thing that she's ever had to do.
Being a mom?
No, stopping.
Okay, so there was this lady at this workshop that I went to the other day. She said that she was working for Metrotech and she ended up retiring. She retired and then she was like, that was the worst thing that ever happened to her. She went back and came back and does part-time work at the same Metrotech.
So boredom, that's what I'm saying. And I'm not saying that people with ADHD are the only people that experience boredom, but I know I am a parent of an only child, okay? And so one, loneliness. He doesn't have a sibling. So I'm actually learning through him about boredom and how to take interest. That was actually one of the reasons why I started this podcast. I wanted like a passion project that wasn't tied to anything, where I just had these conversations with people that I, liked talking to. But boredom to me looks like it can come in different forms. It can come in low self-esteem. Sometimes it feels like nothing matters. Like, this world, why am I here? What am I here to do? It's just like this deep, like, feeling of like no noise.
See, I don't experience that. I never experienced boredom, I would say, because I never, I'll lie. I'm lying. I could be bored with another person who I don't find interesting.
Okay, so that is a form of that. Yeah. So like, you'll find a lot of people with ADHD, we don't enjoy small talk. Mm-hmm. We don't like, the weather, da-da-da-da. We want to talk about like real stuff. Right. So that's the thing. You got bored talking to that person because it was like
a person, and I'd be like, wow, you're boring me. I don't find you. It's like I was saying the other day. I was like, there's intelligent people and there's not smart people. And I was just like you were saying, is ADHD.
That was me. But keep going.
Okay, let me explain. Most of my friends are highly intelligent individuals, college degrees, and some of them are not even college degrees. But I would feel like we are analytical people. We all are thinkers at the very end of the day. And I thought everyone else in the world was also a thinker. But there's actually, because, there's like these coaches and people that have to coach people. And when I was like, I thought everyone was programmed to be like that. No. I thought everyone was like that.
No, everybody didn't go through Bold.
Yes, you can explain what Bold is.
Yeah, well, we were actually, Lola and I actually met when we were both in real estate, and we went through this coaching program called Bold, but that's for another day. But, I feel like I watched this amazing documentary on Netflix about Xanax. And
I watched that.
You
too.
watched it? Okay.
It just said never take Xanax. Basically, my confusion was don't take Xanax.
Well, and that's not what I took from it.
What was your takeaway?
So one, I love that they talked about our the basically every generation does something to cope.
Yes.
Okay. Our generation, we're millennials. So everything was go to school, and then when you're done, keep going to school and then get a job. So we had this like trajectory that was mapped out for us as millennials. I actually wasn't introduced. I didn't have a diagnosis in college of ADHD, but in college, we did this thing that now I know is called body doubling, where we went to the library and we just sat together and did our work and studied for exams. I was also introduced to Ritalin back then, and it was at a time where it was just like, hey, you need to study. Hey, take this Ritalin. Like, you're gonna, and I didn't realize what it was doing for me. And it was just like, it helped me to hyper focus on something that I was not interested in. Mm-hmm. Okay. So like with ADHD, like I can hyper focus on something for hours, but it has to be something that I'm interested in.
Okay, so you have to be like, okay, for some, say the body doubling helps a whole lot.
Right, yes. But let's explain to people what body doubling is, because I don't think...
So ADHD people have this thing where they feel pressure when someone else is there with them. So they will allow them to focus on the activity or task at hand so that they can complete the task. And they don't want to give up on the task because they don't want to feel like they failed. So I was trying to tell you with the bodily doubling, the other day I had made a post about, will someone come to the house to bodily doubling? But I sent her a message. I was like, hey, will somebody come help me body doubling while I do my insurance, clean my desk and do my laundry. Right. And so someone inbox messaged me and I was just like, and so I messaged them back. I said, are you judgmental? And they never messaged me back, but our anticipation for her to message me back, I started cleaning my house because I was like, I don't want her to come to my house and judge me for my house. So I started cleaning my house, and then I started doing the project that I thought that she was going to come sit with me. Then I ended up doing the laundry, and then I ended up doing everything that I thought that she was going to be there to be with me there. I tricked myself without the body double, but just my... Well,
that's actually a thing. Like, it's kind of like when someone, there's memes about this actually. When somebody's about to come to your house, that's when you get the most cleaning done. It's a true thing. But I wanted to read what body doubling was for people that may not have heard of it. So, ADHD body doubling is a productivity strategy used by individuals with ADHD to finish possibly annoying jobs while having another person beside them. So as a kid, I actually was using body doubling with my mom and didn't know it. She would sit there while I cleaned my room, or even up until I was an adult. Like, I lived in my apartments after I graduated, and she would just come sit in the chair or sit on the bed and just kept me company while I cleaned my closet. That was a mess because every morning was just like, I got to get dressed, But so the body double duty keeps the individual focused on the task at hand to reduce potential distractions. I think that's the thing, because our brain is distracted by so many things.
It's so exciting. The world is exciting. I get excited to even say, one of the things they say, what they say that works for people with ADHD or ADD is breaking it up. So they said, let's just say you want to clean something and you're getting distracted. They said, okay, break it up. So let's just say for 5 minutes, I'm going to clean this up. Then I find this exciting sling-a-blang, and then I'm going to play with this sling-song. Oh, the anchor point. This is what they say. Let's just say you have an anchor point. The anchor point is
like a trigger.
Trigger. No, anchor point. So let's just say, this is what I'm going to clean. I am going to clean my desk. And this is the only thing I'm going to focus on is my 100% my desk. So even if you get distracted, oh, I'm looking at this sling song, or I'm looking at this thing, and then now
Scrolling social media.
But in your anchor point is your desk. So you said...
So you're saying anchor.
Okay.
Anchor point. Okay.
Anchor point. You're going back to that. What did it sound like I was saying?
It sounded like you were saying anchor point. I was like,
anchor.
Are you talking about trigger?
No, not trigger. An anchor point. So you say, you gone, play with your sink on, gone around here, got a drink, come back, and you said, oh, snap, I'm cleaning my desk. So you continue, even if it's 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 minutes, so that you can complete the task at hand. Right. And go ahead.
I was just going to say, that's what a body double does for me. Like, sometimes I'm like, I have to fill out this form. And my partner's like, just fill out the form.
Oh my God. Someone said that to me. Just do it.
And I was like, no.
I was like, how could you just do that?
I was like, no, this is not like, I have the desire to go over here and like do this. Like, this form is, almost kind of like excruciating. So like having him stand there while I did the form helped me to get the form done. But let's talk about losing things and misplacing things, because I think that's a big part of ADHD. Like, I had to make a system for my keys. So my keys, because I lost my keys all the time. I come through the garage, so my keys are on
I got
the laundry.
Something for this.
The washing machine. You have a system for keys too? Okay, what's your system for keys?
I got a system for keys for everything. Okay. So I read this book called Get Your Shit Together. Okay. Get your stuff. You're allowed to say that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Get your shit together. And it said your keys, your phone, and your wallet. Those are your three things that you need to know
where they are
at all time. In fact, I don't even know where my keys are. But he says, so when I leave my house, my keys, my phone, my wallet, and my computer for me, I make sure I have those four things and I'm a functional person. When I put my stuff away, I consciously make sure I know where I put my keys, my phone, and my wallet.
But that takes training because I went through years of like losing things until I finally realized, oh wait, I need a system for this because this is causing me not only to be late, but it gave me like bad energy for the day.
You feel like you're not a professional, or you feel like you're just like failing at life. But to go back to your point, when someone tells you just do it, I remember not only am I hyper ADHD, I am a hyper performer. I have hyper goal sets.
Unrealistic goal setting.
I had one of the goals was to make sure that I'm taking my medicine.
Oh, that's not bad. That's important.
Making sure that I'm taking I know, but they were, have you ever read that book that said Your Best Life Ever?
No.
I said it breaks down your life into different categories, like your social, your life, your health, but one of the goals was a specific goal related to health. And then I had taken the goal, I had reviewed it to someone, and they wrote notes on the goals. And all they wrote on there was, just do it.
Okay.
And I was like, well, you telling me just do it doesn't make me think I need to just do it. It just doesn't. There's no magic number. It's taken me years to be able to take my medication. And sometimes, like I can go 3 or 4 days without taking some medication. And then, like, I have a thyroid condition, so I become tired, lethargic, sleepy, or I'll just start eating everything. And then I'll be like, or I'll become, like, extremely sad or disoriented. And it's not because any of those things. It's just because I haven't taken my medicine.
Right.
So now I have a system in place that if I'm acting really funny, my parents will be like, you take your medicine? And I'll be like, actually, I haven't.
Right. So I have an alarm on my phone for that, but I lose my phone all the time. I have an Apple Watch, but I lose my phone all the time. And then we're in a, place now where like I put my phone on focus mode every day.
What's focus mode?
It's a thing. It's a thing on your phone. She has an Android.
Oh,
okay. So,
don't do that.
But wait. I really appreciate this. Like I put it on focus mode. So like only certain people can get through to me, like my son's school, you are on the list. Like only certain people could get through to me by either calling or texting. So I really, really appreciate that. But then I lose my phone all the time. And it's because it's that impulsivity. It's like you're doing something and it's like, boom, drop the phone. My phone have always been in like the weirdest places in my closet,
in the closet, on the floor, on top of the refrigerator,
on top of the car,
in the cupboard.
Yep. So I posted this TikTok. If y'all not following me on TikTok, please go follow me. I'll leave the link below. But I posted this TikTok on body doubling, and oh my gosh, like people commented, and one girl said, I love doing this for people. Like she loves to be the body double. And I was like, girl, how much do you charge? Like I would totally buy some sessions for you to just come stand with me while I do, or even Zoom. Like I would do virtual and just like help me focus on what's on my to-do list. So I know we're getting to the end, but I just want to say like, you found ways to navigate this, both in life and in business, in work, right? What do you think is like the number one thing that has helped you just feel like a good person? Like feel like your cup is filled, knowing that your brain operates in a like
the number one thing that for me, I think knowing that other people deal with it.
Yep. Boom. That's it. That's it.
No, and like it's not just me. I think like, and there was a time like just being able to know that I'm not alone in this,
right?
And that other people deal with it, and other people have tips, other people have ideas that help them get through these systems. And so, because when you feel like it's just you and you're the only one going through it, it's just, oh my God, the woe is me. But knowing that other people are experiencing this and we are on nobody's timetable to get what we need to get done in life. Mm-hmm. And so people are successful at 20, people are successful at 70, 80. Look at TikToks, all the grandmas on TikToks that are living their best life. 4.4 million followers. Look at them.
Right.
And so, I mean, we are on nobody's timetable and we don't have to come. I'm not the only one dealing with this by myself.
I think that's the biggest thing. Like, I think staying home during the pandemic, I finally gave in to TikTok because I didn't want another social media platform. And I was like, wait. And there's actually this video, I'm probably going to do a stitch on it, but this video of this guy, he did a TikTok of what it's like being with his partner, his wife, throughout the day. What does it look like? And I showed it to my partner, Lonnie, and I was like, and he said, this is eerily like you. This is what it's like living with you. And it was, I mean, it helped me to know I wasn't alone. Mm-hmm. I am kind of all over the place. My energy fluctuates throughout the day. I could be like up here and then boom, I'm hit a slump. And that's without like a coffee crash. That's just like my normal rhythm. You know what I mean? So helping not be alone. And I think for me is putting systems in place wherever I can.
Systems, people.
And no, support system. Because like not everybody can handle, like, you know, obviously we vibe with different people, right? You have different relationships with different people, but like we have a different, like when we get together, we just flow. Like we don't have to have anything planned. We just kind of like hop in and then just keep going.
I
like
how you got me to come here today.
Right. It was just like, you free?
You free? I'm free. All right. I'm good to go. What time you need me to be there?
Right. And then this happened. You know, it's a cool conversation.
There's been someone else who's been trying to get me off on their podcast for 3 years. Okay, 3 years.
but sometimes it could be like about like chemistry of just like having a conversation, and obviously, you know, timing is everything. So I don't know. What is it like for you thinkers, you listeners? I think that's what I'm going to call the people. The podcast is called Thoughts About That. So I think I'm going to call the followers like thinkers. What do you think about ADHD moment? ADHD moment, right. About like either living with ADHD or if you have a child or a partner with ADHD, what is it like? Be sure to follow me on TikTok and Facebook. I'll drop the links below, and let's continue this conversation. Lola, thank you so much for coming today.
Thank you. You guys.
I really, really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Follow me on Facebook. Or
how can we get in touch with you?
The New Home Homie on Facebook.com, on every other platform, social, there is The New Home Homie.
Thanks for hanging out. Thoughts About That was brought to you by the Possibilities Podcast platform.